Most of the time, people believe happiness comes from good luck, money, or perfect situations. But true happiness does not depend on what happens around us. It depends on what lives inside us. Long ago, in a peaceful village called Lendora, there lived an elderly woman named Mama Elira. She lived in a small clay house at the edge of the village near a mango tree. She was not rich. She did not own much, but she always smiled. The people of Lendora loved her deeply. Whenever someone felt troubled, they went to Mama Elira. Whenever someone felt confused, they asked for her advice. She always listened patiently and spoke gently. One day, a young man named Daniel came to her house. He was frustrated with life. "Mama Elira," he asked, "why are you always happy? I have never seen you complain. Don't you ever feel sad when things go wrong?" Mama Elira looked at him kindly and smiled. "My son," she said softly, "life has both sunshine and storms, but happiness is not something the weather gives you. It is something you choose." Daniel frowned slightly. "How can someone choose to be happy when life hurts?" he asked. Mama Elira leaned back and began to share her story. "When I was young," she said, "I had a loving husband and 3 beautiful children. We were not wealthy, but our home was filled with laughter. Then one year, sickness came into our house. Her eyes became moist, but her voice remained steady. My husband became very ill. We had no money for proper treatment. We prayed, we hoped, but one morning he was gone." Daniel lowered his head respectfully. "It was the darkest time of my life," she continued. "I cried every day. I thought my heart would never heal. I believed happiness had left me forever." She paused. "But after many weeks of sorrow, I realized something important. My sadness could not bring him back. My tears could not change the past. But my children still needed me. Life was still moving forward." Daniel listened closely. "I understood that if I chose to stay broken, I would lose not only my husband, but also the future in front of me." "So what did you do?" Daniel asked quietly. "I made a small decision," Mama Elira replied. "Every morning when I woke up, I told myself, 'Today is a new day. I will find one reason to be thankful.'" "Just one?" Daniel asked. "Yes," she smiled. "Some days it was something small, the sound of birds singing. Some days it was the taste of warm tea. Some days it was simply the fact that I was still breathing." Daniel shook his head gently. "But what if something very bad happens again? How do you stay strong?" Mama Elira looked toward the sky. "My son, everything in life passes. Joy passes, pain passes, seasons change, storms end. When bad days come, I remind myself, this too will pass. I do not deny the pain. I feel it, but I do not allow it to control my heart." She continued, "Happiness is not pretending that everything is perfect. It is choosing hope even when things are hard." Daniel sat in silence, thinking deeply. Before leaving, he asked one more question. "Is happiness really a choice?" Mama Elira nodded firmly. "Yes. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can control what happens inside you. You can focus on loss, or you can focus on what remains. You can count problems, or you can count blessings." Daniel thanked her and left her home. The next morning, Daniel tried her advice. He woke up and said, "Today, I will find one good thing." At first, it felt strange, but slowly, he began to notice things he had ignored before. The fresh morning air, a friend's greeting, the strength in his own body. Days passed, then weeks. Daniel realized something surprising. His problems had not disappeared, but his heart felt lighter. He stopped complaining about small things. He became more patient. He smiled more often. Other villagers noticed the change. When they asked him what had happened, he shared Mama Elira's wisdom. Slowly, the message spread through Lendora. People began to practice gratitude. They started noticing small joys. The village did not become perfect. There were still hardships, but something inside the people shifted. Peace replaced constant complaining, and Mama Elira continued sitting under her mango tree, smiling gently. knowing that true happiness had nothing to do with wealth or luck. It had everything to do with choice. Moral lesson: happiness is not based on circumstances. It is based on perspective. Mama Elira lost the most precious person in her life. She experienced deep pain. Yet she chose not to let sorrow control her forever. She understood that while pain is natural, living in permanent sadness is a decision. Gratitude changes the heart. When we focus only on what we have lost, we feel empty. When we focus on what we still have, we feel hopeful. Choosing gratitude does not remove problems, but it gives us strength to face them. A thankful heart becomes peaceful, even during storms. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you. 4. When we choose gratitude, we choose strength. When we choose hope, we choose peace. And when we choose joy, we discover that happiness was inside us all along.